Welcome back, everybody, to the Nerdcore live show. It's a Monday night, so that means that we didn't get to do this last night. So we're here to talk about season 2, episode 4 of The Last of Us. As always, this is Nerd Chicano here to host the show. I'm my wonderful co-host Brian Yoda.
What's up, everybody? On a wonderful Monday night.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm tired, man.
Yeah.
A lot of shit to put away at work, and then I worked out, so I'm pretty beat right now.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Before we can go ahead and get into today's review, Brad, how are you doing today?
Went to work. Came home. That's about it. That is all that's been done today.
Really?
I mean, really. Like.
Yeah. Okay. What'd you do during the weekend, man?
Oh, I made some good ass burgers.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I know. You sent me a picture.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I got 2 Funko Pops. They were actually they were like $11, I think, each, which is pretty good for Funko.
I would imagine that they were probably there before tariffs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my guess. I grabbed a Cassian Andor because the other one I have has a pin mark on it.
Yeah. Wait, what?
You don't remember this conversation way back in the day? I went out. I went up to Phoenix and I went to like a thrift store and they had a little Cassian Andor Funko. Not in a box, no box, and it literally had like a pin mark on the forehead. I'm like, yeah, I could totally get that off, and I tried to get that off. Pin mark.
And nope.
Nope. So he's over there, and he's like from the Rogue One. So he's like got the gun, and he's like clothed. And then this Cassian Andor is prison Cassian. So and it's in box and all that.
Okay. That's pretty dope. It's pretty dope. Well, glad you have an actual like normal Cassian Andor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Brad, what's it called? Thunderbolts review when? Brad doesn't, watch movies in the theater. So, unless somebody wants to come on and do it with me, that's
I do
probably
want
what
to
I'll
watch
have.
the new A24 movie.
Which one of the many?
What is it? I have to look it up. It's out in theaters now.
I don't know. I'm not even gonna.
It's like the
The
story.
Legend of Oki or what?
Yeah, that one. I want to see that one.
The one with Willem Dafoe?
Yeah, that's the one I want to see.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. We were supposed to do this. Yes. Well, I told Brad that we were gonna do it yesterday because what's it called? I was supposed to meet up with some friends, and turns out I couldn't meet up with those friends, so we ended up just having me and my brothers ended up having dinner, and we made it home like around like 9:30, 9:20 something. So we watched the episode, and it was already too late. Brad was probably asleep already. I think he was because he stopped replying after after a while.
Yeah, I was probably asleep.
Yeah. So we're just chilling, doing this today. And after this, we're going to plan out the remainder of the rest of the month because we'll be doing our theme review hopefully on what's it called, on Tuesday, tomorrow? Or no, not tomorrow, on Wednesday. Yeah. So we'll see what's up with that. But nonetheless, we're here to talk about Last of Us Season 2, Episode 4. Other than that, Brad, I just work.
That's it. Yeah.
And pretty much just it. I did 4 sets of 10 reps of with 25 pounds on both sides. So
It's a bar weight.
Yep, that's it. I got to my goal for the year.
Well, it's 25 on each side plus the bar. So do you know
Plus
what
the bar.
weight?
Yep.
You know
So
what the bar
95.
weight is? Oh, nice.
95 pounds.
Okay. Yeah.
So that was good. I did that. I didn't get to record it because I was just a little too concentrated. So maybe next week I'll probably record if I do it again. But Yeah, just chilling, man. Just really just chilling here. Just um trying my best to get shit done. I need to go and cook my lunch for tomorrow. And I'm just like, there's so little time for everything I need to do, man.
Everything you need to do and everything you want to do.
Yep. So yeah. But with that said, let's you want to get into it, Brad?
Yeah, but didn't you want to bring something up?
Oh yes. So Brad messages me. He's like, "What are we doing first?" I'm like, "What are you talking about?" Um, I was like, "What do you mean? Like we're just doing Last of Us?" Because we did all our reviews. So Brad, were you like expecting to come on and talk about a movie? So like, if I would have just said like, hold on. If I would have been like, all right, today's review is what's it called? One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, and we started talking about it. Would you have gone with the fucking
No,
what's it
I've been
called?
like, I didn't watch that.
Yeah.
I didn't watch
Okay.
that at all. So here's the thing: is Roland has thrown the schedule so fucking far off last week
Yeah.
because we had Paprika on Wednesday. We reviewed that.
Yeah.
Generally, we have a review for Friday of something. That didn't happen because there's no like review. So I
Yeah.
was off on that. And then Sunday we didn't have a review. So I'm off schedule.
Yeah. But yeah, that was like I was like the fuck, Brad. Like, if I just came in and been like, oh, we're gonna be talking about this movie, you would have been like, what the fuck?
I bet. Yeah, I've been like, no, no, we're not. Because generally we have a Friday. Like it's because Paprika was the mini pod.
Yeah, yeah. So well, I'm glad that you would have stopped me in my tracks and been like, bro, what the fuck are you talking about, bro? I didn't watch this movie.
I didn't watch any of that. What are you doing?
What did you think we were supposed to do?
I don't know. I figured it was. I thought there was another movie, but then because like in our messaging, so we did the Paprika review, and then in our message on Slack, you're like oh I gotta kick it back, like my friend's flying down. I'm gonna kick the review back to Monday. I'm like, okay. And in my head, I'm like, okay, he's kicking fucking movie review. Okay.
Yeah.
And I didn't
No, I meant
realize
Last of Us.
that was The Last of Us.
Yeah. But yeah, I was really confused. I was like, Brad, the fuck are you talking about? Like what the fuck, man? But it's good to know that if I would have just started talking about a random
No.
movie,
No, I've
You
been
still
like, I didn't watch this.
yeah,
Now, had you talked about another movie we had previously reviewed,
yeah,
maybe. Like if you brought up a Kurosawa movie, I'd be like, I don't know why we're talking about this again, but okay.
yeah. All right. Well, with that said, let's go ahead and get into this, Brad. So, if you haven't watched yesterday's episode of The Last of Us Season 2, you should probably get out of here if you care about sports. But if you don't care about sports or you've already seen the episode, go and stay. Either way, how it goes. This is your one and only spoiler warning, and it is in effect after these words from our sponsors in a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Today's episode of the Nerdcore Live Show is brought to you by SeatGeek. Whether you want to see your favorite band, sports team, or comedian, SeatGeek has you covered. We're proud to be partnering with SeatGeek to offer you $10 off with code TheNerdCore. That's $10 off your first order at SeatGeek.com with code THENERDCORPS. So take a seat at your next live event with SeatGeek. Thank you. Now let's get back to today's video. Welcome back, everybody. All right, let's go ahead and get into this thing. The Last of Us Season 2, Episode 4, titled Day 1. In Seattle, Ellie and Dina find themselves amid a brutal battle between the zealous Seraphites and a ruthless militia. Directed by Kate Herron. Written, based on the PlayStation Studios video game written by Neil Druckmann and Haley Vagran Gross. Created for television by Neil Druckmann and Craig Mazin, and written for television by Craig Mazin. Starring Bella Ramsey, Gabriel Luna, Isabella Merced, Young Madzino, Jeffrey Wright, Lana Ubach, Josh Peck, Ben Ars, Carlos Rodriguez, Jack Ball, Jack Allen, Leslie Kwan, Ryan Mason, and more. Let's see, do we have any trivia here? Um, Isabella has said had not intended for the character to be emotional during the music store scene, but cried due to its beauty, particularly on the set and Bella Ramsey's angelic and pure voice. She struggled not to cry even when asked by the director. She felt Dina was emotional due to her love for Ellie and Joel, as well as her fear both in her pregnancy and her falling in love with Ellie. Craig Mazin was interested in the idea that characters like Isaac had ordinary apocalypse lives, despite their chaotic present-day behaviors, prompting the inclusion of Isaac's speech about his love for cooking cooking for his dates. Jeffrey Wright did not believe Isaac betrayed Fedra. He felt the agency betrayed him with its abandonment of ethics. That's definitely a way to look at that.
Mm-hmm.
The Capitol Hill scenes, the tank, rainbow flags, and music store were adapted closely from the game, in which they were optional. Druckmann was interested to discover which ones Craig Mazin would include. They considered the music store especially important. It was one of director Kate Herron's favorite scenes from the game. There's a lot more, man. But yeah, yeah. Yeah, we'll just leave it at that. There's a lot more trivia to go through. Geoffrey Wright, when you need
Joffrey.
legitimacy in your HBO series, call on him. Hell yeah.
Yep. Westworld alumni.
Yes, sir. No Time to Die.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what's a great actor.
Was he the voice in the game?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Voice and the freaking 3D model too.
Oh, very cool. Okay.
Yeah. So this is one of those that were straight from the game. Brad, I'm going to go ahead and divert to you first. What are your initial thoughts on The Last of Us Season 2, Episode 4?
This episode was fucking terrific. I like this episode. The set design throughout is pretty freaking amazing. Especially at the end when they're telling about the, based on the game. Like, they built these sets for that. So, like, the subway set and all that, they built all that. I'm just like, holy shit, how much money did HBO spend on this? But, yeah, I think this a very tense episode throughout. And I think it might be my favorite of the season, I'm thinking. So, yeah, I'll leave it at that.
I think that this episode is great. I love this episode. I do have my gripes here and there. Mainly in the way they were kind of handling the Dina and Bella. I mean, the Dina and Ellie dynamic here. But I don't know. I think we still got more time for them to kind of show some of this side of Dina that we haven't seen yet. Because
so were they kind of rushing it compared to the game? Is that what?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because what's it called? It's because the game goes a little different, Brad. Like, we don't see that scene of them kissing at the dance until, like, almost towards the end of the game. But
Also, Bella Ramsey can sing. I didn't know that.
Fucking can, bro. Yeah.
I did have a question. So this is... What year is this again? Are they in?
Well, so we were in the beginning of the episode when we were at Fedra. It was 2018.
Okay.
Here, what year is The Last of Us Part 2 set in? 2038.
2038. So, in basically a generation's time, they forget, I guess, the pride flag, like, all that. Because they seem really confused and like, hey, why is there a bunch of rainbow flags in Seattle?
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, I know what you mean.
It was just a weird, like, it was one of those, like, caught me off guard, weird dialogue things, like, hey, why is there a bunch of rainbow flags? It's like,
yeah.
I'm like, what year is this?
Yeah. I guess in 2039 and 2038, they don't really give a shit about symbols anymore. And they're just like, hey, I like what I like. I don't need a flag or anything like that. I don't know. But I look, Brad, I really like the film. I really like the episode. We did skip over some stuff that to me kind of like helps with the development of Dina.
Can we?
I think we got
Can
to
you-
the. I think we get to the theater a little bit too quick.
Can you mention some of that, even though it might be in like the next future episodes? Like what you mentioned to me with another particular character that may or may not be human.
Yeah. So sorry guys. You guys got what's it called? You guys got let off easy.
Well,
Y'all
that's
got-
what I mean. Is it may be coming in a future episode?
No, they left Shimmer at the fucking music store.
So the horse going to die in the music store? Is that kind of?
Yeah, I guess
Okay.
well, you know how fucked that is, Brad. They're like, oh,
Yeah, it's going to starve to death. And
starve to death, right? Or what's it called? Get eaten alive by a fucking what's it called? Traveling fucking zombie.
zombie hobo.
Yeah. So in the game, they have to go through what's it called? They go through all these gates because they have to open up the gates to get into the area.
That
And
kind of makes sense. Seattle seems kind of pretty open and easy to enter
yeah,
compared
Yeah.
to where they come from.
and Shimmer, what's it called? They go through like a fucking landmine, and Shimmer's legs get fucking blown the fuck up, and one of the wolf soldiers shoots him.
Huh.
Yeah. Now, I think they're still going to do this other part, but I think they're going to do it differently. Like, they're not going to get, what's it called?
They're not going to blow up the horse.
They're not, no, the horse is dead.
Okay.
So, this next part, I won't spoil it for the people, but, like, I think that, what I told you, I think that might come in the next episode. But I don't know, because I saw a certain character, that means, like, I think they might have just completely removed that part. Which to me kind of sucks because to me it shows a side of Dina that we should be seeing. But I have to say I really like the Take on Me. What's it called? It's the same song that she plays in the game,
Okay.
and it's a great moment in the show, and it's a great moment in the game.
It was a great moment for MTV as well.
Yeah, yeah. I think they fucking nailed that. That was great. The fucking chase with the what's it called with the zombies, fucking terrifying, and of course, Ellie gets bit like she doesn't. In the
Yeah,
game.
like she saves Dina,
Yeah.
not thinking of anything. And you can tell Ellie's like not even
zombies play.
thinking anything of it. She's like,
Yeah.
I've been bit before, and then she's like, oh shit, I forgot to tell Dina.
Which was great. You have that moment where Dina's like
It's so tense.
pointing a gun.
It's
at
so
her.
freaking tense. That before that, like in the underground, and then to that point, freaking tense.
Yeah. Super freaking tense, man. And it's kind of like, oh, like Dina is kind of like open to killing her.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, like you have survived that long, and then like you see one of your loved ones get bit. Yeah, you're waiting for them to turn because you've seen everybody else in your life turn, and then you have this person going, no, I'm not gonna turn. I'm immune, and you're like, well, I know she lies. Is this just another fucking lie? So yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, and like Ellie hasn't told anyone. Joel never told anyone. So yeah, it's kind of out of the blue and a little bit random.
Yeah. So I was like, wow, like okay, that was something. But great moment, especially when she's like, dude, like, like I'm gonna go to sleep and you're gonna see I'm gonna wake up the same way, and she does. And
I do
kinda like-
find it funny the way she woke up with just water just like hitting her head, and she's like, oh shit.
he goes, no, it's not. He goes like, it's not sweat, it's water, it's water, it's water.
Water.
Yeah, yeah. Poor Ellie, bro. She was probably like fucking just like absolutely scared shitless.
Yeah, I'm surprised she could sleep with a gun pointed at her.
Yeah, yeah. But I thought that was a fantastic moment. Great acting from Merced and from Bella Ramsey. I'm immune. I swear. I took ivermectin and everything.
You don't need that anymore. The horse blew up.
Yeah. No, Shimmer blew up, bro. You
Sure,
don't need that.
you don't
shit.
need that.
Yeah. But the what? Oh, well, of course. She tells her she's immune, and she tells her that she's pregnant, and boom, they start having sex, which
Yeah,
is like felt very sudden to me.
just like real quick.
It
But
felt
I
really
like their
quick.
explanation at the end of her just being relieved because she was afraid she was going to lose her. And then in that moment, she just wanted to hold on to that moment and
Yeah,
express like what she's been wanting to express.
yeah. Um, Now this is where, you know, I kind of start to stray a little bit here, where I'm kind of like, oh, I'm not a fan of the way they had Bella, I mean, what's it called, Ellie react to the pregnancy. Because I love the line, by the way, I'm going to be a dad. Like, this is a funny line. It's a funny line.
Or
But,
we're gonna be a family.
but, in the game, Ellie's more so like worried about how this is going to mess up her mission to find Abby.
Which it might show in the next episode
Yeah,
because they kind of give a glimpse in that of like should I stay or should I go? A little
yeah,
bit of Dina is like, yeah, like you tell me where to go, I'll go. And so they give a little glimpse in the next, so you might get that in the next one.
yeah. It's just like, look, I like Bella Ramsey, dude. And I think they're doing a great job with Ellie, but I really need to start seeing this aggressiveness from Ellie because Game Ellie, by this point, is really aggressive. So, like, I look at the Ellie I'm looking at in the show, and if I'm correct about where we're heading towards the middle point, I mean, the ending of this season, where it's going to be the middle point of the game, I cannot see this Ellie doing what she's going to probably do.
Yeah, and I mean after the whole Joel's death scene, and you saw her reaction to that, you would
Yeah.
think she would have a stronger like she would
Yeah.
be in a worse mood than she's showing through this.
Yeah. I also have a feeling, Brad, they're probably breaking up the season for this to be Ellie's season, and next season is probably going to be Abby's season, which is like,
Well, and then so there's what 7 episodes.
yeah.
So we got 3 episodes where what?
Well, I'm telling you, Brad, like, I have an idea of where we're probably going to end this,
Okay.
but I don't know, man. But nonetheless, like, that's my only gripe here. It's just like I don't really kind of think that this, like by the way, like both actresses are great, amazing actresses. I think they're doing a great job, especially Isabella Merced. But I think the dynamic feels a little too sudden, and they're kind of moving a little bit too quick here. But we'll see where they go in the next couple episodes. I mean, there's still a lot more time. Brad, what did you think about your actual introduction to Isaac here?
He is what's the
Fucking
word?
psychotic.
He's scary. Yeah. I don't know about psychotic yet. I mean, I mean with the pan scene, yes. But when we're first introduced to him, and he's sitting there as a Fedra agent, they're all talking shit, like, probably. And I mean, you can tell like he's had enough. This dude's burnt out, I think. And then just to get out, and then basically tell one dude like, "Hey, come with me," and then he drops 2 grenades into his forces, fucking policeman, like, bro. Yeah, he's got some issues, but I think we get a little glimpse of it. But I don't know if I've seen the full psychotic effect yet.
I think fucking Isaac is terrifying, Brad.
Yeah, during the interrogation, but I think that was a really important scene because you is your first glimpse of these two factions, the wolves and the
Seraphites.
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 Yeah, the Seraphites.
The
Like
scars.
we gotta see a little glimpse of the Seraphites, which to me was anticlimactic because I thought at first, oh, this is just a group that's gonna be, cannon fodder, basically. But then they show this guy naked, chained up, and he no matter what you do to him, he's not going to say anything.
Yeah.
Like, he believes in that prophet. He believes in his cause. He has one of the best lines, I think, in the show, telling him how the wolves every day turn into a seraphite, but
Yep.
seraphites don't turn into wolves.
To wolves.
That's like the most badass scene, followed up by Isaac going to pick up the panda torch again, and he's holding out his hand. And it's like, and that, I mean, you can even tell Isaac, even if he's a psycho, like, he understands, like, he's not getting anything out of that dude.
Yeah. I will say this. This scene does a really good job of making you empathize with the Seraphites, even though you're probably not going to be sympathizing with them much later.
Much after that.
Much after this.
Well, I was, yeah, you get a little bit of sympathy
There's zealots,
there.
Brad.
You get a sympathy there, but then when they get into the studio, you got dudes hanging up from the rafters with their intestines hanging to the ground, and it's like,
Yep.
oh, and their first, like, the first guy they see has what, 7 arrows in his chest?
Yeah. Well, I mean, they bring up a good point in the show in the after the episode. It's like, you know, like there's the what's it called, outbreak, right? But the other disease that they're dealing with is tribalism, and like Isaac suffers from that massively.
Yeah.
Where he's like, it's like they're kind of going to this like argument. It's like, oh, you train your what's it called? You killed our kids. He goes, but you trained them to kill us. And he goes, but you did this, but you did that, but you did this, and it's like they're just going like back and forth, and it's like,
Yeah, it's never gonna
both
end.
of you guys are terrible.
Yeah, it'll never end.
It never ends, and it's like one
It's a cycle.
truly believes that one side is the right side, while the other believes that they're right, and it's like,
Seen through history time and time again.
yeah, and they're both wrong.
Yeah.
You know, they're both murderers and they're both terrorists. And but what's it called? I can't wait to see more of the Seraphites. I think they've done a pretty fucking good job at introducing them so far. But I can promise you, Brad, these guys are about to get scarier. I can tell you that the Seraphites are not the people you want to be empathizing with.
Yeah.
But we'll see more of them later in the show. But Isaac is terrifying, so I'm glad that they kept that energy. I'm glad that they kept the writing into the show.
And Jeffrey Wright is just such a great actor.
Amazing actor.
I mean, even in his previous HBO stints, like Westworld, where I think we saw him the most previously, terrific, fantastic.
Yeah. American Fiction, No Time to Die. I mean, the guy's an amazing actor, Brad. Like, I love him. I think he's a great actor, and I'm glad they kept him from the game because he brings that intensity and the absolute skin crawling nature of who Isaac is, and
I'm guessing job. Just like you're saying, the Seraphites are going to get worse. Isaac's going to get worse.
Way worse.
Yeah.
Way fucking worse, Brad. But other than that, Brad, is there anything else that we might be missing here? Because we didn't see anything of Abby, no Tommy.
Well, I did learn that if you're going to defeat zombies, get a turnstile.
Yeah. Also, I learned that, during the apocalypse, when you definitely haven't showered in a while, you probably sweat the shit out of your clothes. You've walked through rain, shit subways, and the one place you cross the line is kissing your girl after she wakes up
with bad breath, and then you eat beef jerky to get over the bad breath. Yeah, sure.
I was like,
okay,
sure. You just put your hand down in her fucking pussy with your hands not washed.
Well, they did get the monostat.
The yeast infection medicine, right?
Yeah.
So I was like, you're really gonna go there? Like, oh, I don't want to kiss you because your morning bread. Like, bitch, you smell like fucking the 7 different oceans in the fucking the planet, right? Like, that shit smells like every single fish in the fucking sea right now, right? Like,
yep.
Yeah. I was like, come on, give me a fucking break, bro. Yeah. What a fucking line. What a fucking moment. Right up there with I'm gonna be a dad.
Also, how many pregnancy tests did she like take? Was that like 4?
Yeah, I think like 4. Also, she was just carrying that in her backpack with all the
Yeah.
piss?
Yeah, that's also questionable.
Yeah.
Like
Oh, but Bad Brant is where I crossed the line.
yeah, but I'm carrying all the piss stain
Yeah.
pregnancy tests.
Yeah. Not good logic here, guys.
Yeah,
Um,
how does Ellie not notice that in her bag?
yeah. Brad, any ideas on what's coming? You think I still think I agree with you, Brad. I think that Tommy's on his way to go over there, and I think that I
I
think
think
that Jesse's gonna follow him.
I think they're purposely not showing us Tommy or what's happening in the town right now because I think the wolves that we saw at the end of the last episode are headed that way.
Yeah, yeah. It's just they've diverted like they diverted pretty far from like where Dina and Ellie get there,
Hmm.
right? So it's like okay, so since Tommy's not out there, Jesse, what's it
That
called?
that
Yeah,
that we know of.
yeah, yeah. Well, no, because he stayed.
Yeah, he stayed 2 episodes ago.
Yes, but he hasn't left yet, bro. You talked to that fucking therapist, bro. I'm pretty sure he did not leave.
Or he's just watching them play baseball. Really shitty.
Yeah,
We don't know because he hasn't been shown in like this episode.
yeah,
Like we don't know what's going on in that town. All I know is at the end of that episode, I saw 100 wolves and a tank headed
yeah.
out.
All I know is that I definitely think that Tommy's gonna go, and I think that Jesse's gonna follow. Brad, I thought it was a great episode. Just some minor gripes here and there, but I think they did a great job. It's all the old Walking Dead misdirect to the penultimate episode or season finale.
That's
Yep.
what it is.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and give this a 9 out of 10, Brad. I thought it was a really good episode. That was a really good episode. Easily the best one in the series right now. Very tense, very
Overly tense.
very
And
tense. But
And we got some new characters shown to us.
yeah, some of the best acting so far in the season.
Mm-hmm.
But I have my mini gripes here, my just small gripes here about the dynamic between Ellie and Dina. But yeah, Brad, what's your final break?
I'm going to agree with you on the 9 out of 10.
All right, man.
I think it is the best episode of the season.
Yeah, I mean, so far we kind of been on the 8.75 and 8.5s. Well, at least
Yeah.
I have. So
Yeah, I have to. So I think this is yeah, this was really good.
yeah. So far, it's a good season. So far, I really need to start seeing that aggressiveness come out of Ellie because
We need the aggressiveness that we saw with Ellie when they were killing Joel.
yeah, exactly.
Because right now, I mean, it's fun watching that dynamic between her and Dina, but like you said, there should be like more anger in that. Like she should be like, when she wants to kill these guys.
Yeah. But yeah, we'll see. I don't think they've completely omitted some stuff. I just think they're kind of shuffling it around because like I told you, Brad, I don't think they want to leave Dina in the theater. I think they'll start doing that once we get Jesse out there, because Jesse's got to find out.
Yeah.
I mean, that's his kid.
I mean, she has 4 pregnancy tests. He could have one. She's got one for every character, like going to Seattle.
Yep. But love this episode. But with that being said, that concludes our review of season 2, episode 4, The Last of Us. We will be back this Sunday for episode 5. And thank you guys for watching. Make sure you leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, click the notification bell so you don't miss another review that drops on the channel. Follow us on your favorite podcast app of choice and leave a 5-star review. All of that helps us out so freaking much. Check us out on thenerdcore.com, Twitter at thenerdcore, Instagram at thenerdcore, patreon.com/thenerdcore, letterboxd at thenerdcore. And of course, Discord link is in the description below. You can check us out all on those platforms. It would help us out so very much. And of course, we're gonna be getting up to more reviews during the week. We'll be back for our first theme review. We know that it's going to be an animation month. We are gonna be doing every May. We're gonna be doing animation.
Shout out Stacy for that idea.
Shout out to Stacy for that name. So we'll be doing an animated film month this month and the next years until this podcast is over. We just have to build out the month right now.
Yep.
So with that said, Brad, let's go ahead and get them the hell out of here.
All right, Raul, the Indian host as always. Thank you to Ayden and Stacy for joining us in chat. Thank you to our listeners out there, Patreon supporters. We appreciate each and every one of you. And in this episode, I just got to say, remember, copper pans, really hard to clean, heat up very quickly, but they also lose heat quickly. Just remember that. Young Yoda out.